You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
Yeah. They wanna talk, sure what they talking about. He has some good music. I love this music now.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to AfterBuzz TV. I'm Tom Connolly, coming to you from Main Event tonight here. And sitting across to me, dancing their way into the room tonight. Markeia McCarty, how you doing, Markeia?
I'm doing good. What was it? Woof woof.
Arr, like that, yeah.
I'm doing good, guys.
And sitting next to her, Scott Narver. How you doing, Scott?
I am doing well. It's good to see you back out of the Wyatt compound.
If you guys didn't know, last Friday, I was, taken with a bag over my head into a car. I didn't know where I was. I woke up in an abandoned car outside of AfterBuzz here. I walked inside.
You may think you escaped. But it was a train.
It was a train?
A trade.
There may be 3 of you here tonight, but there's not 4.
There's not. I am sitting all alone here.
Yeah.
We got the better looking one.
Oh.
Man.
It's harsh.
Yeah.
Why don't we leave that
Gabby
ham
is not
radio
here.
on?
Yeah.
Just leave that ham radio on and he just talks to us.
He just, likes to check in, see what's happening around here.
And take one of us every so often.
Yeah. Gabby's not here tonight.
Yeah.
According to Bray, she's been taken. I don't know. We may have to go help her, rescue her too. I don't want to get taken again, so Scott, you're gonna have to go rescue her this time.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'll give you that. I'll give you that vest and whip that I had when I rescued Markeia, and you'll be all good.
Why don't you trade this illustrious belt?
No.
You gotta get.
I guess exactly. There's 4 of us that have this belt, so I really need to ask the other 3. Hey, can we trade this for one person? I don't know if they're all gonna say that.
I don't need that belt.
Say, he doesn't need
he's
it.
back.
Do you need cookies or milk or, a treat?
Are we going grocery shopping for them? They got a Piggly Wiggly nearby.
Maybe some sunglasses because of the gleam of that belt.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Just clearing his throat. Sometimes you don't know when you press the ham radio button on.
Exactly.
Just kind of lean down and it happens.
So Gabby's not here tonight. Scott will go rescue her maybe if he has time. But
I commute a long ways. I gotta go to the Wyatt compound.
I know it's a little far out of the way, but you'll be
it's kind
okay.
of in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
On the live feed, they're going, "Oh, the Wyatt family excuse. She was kidnapped."
Jeez, people, come on, get with it. This has been, we've all gotten kidnapped now.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like
it's super
made
fun
up and
at
fake.
times.
Yeah, it can be super fun, especially since they have all the Southern food.
So you guys had fun. I didn't have fun at all.
You didn't have fun at all.
No, well, he just made me watch his matches, so I guess that was kind of fun. Yeah.
That is fun.
You guys had to carve things and do actual work. I just got to watch TV. So.
They had me embroider all their promos.
See, yeah.
It's like
on pillows.
yeah, actually, I knocked out like 4 of them.
Man,
4 promo pillows.
you had a lot of time,
1, 2, 3,
so
4.
yeah. So maybe Gabby went to get them for us to bring them back. Maybe we'll have gifts next week.
Expect those pillows. Do that.
All right. I am.
I can't wait. I hope it's a really long promo that was on that. It'll be on the front and the back of the pillow.
That'd be amazing.
So let's get into main event for the night. Coming to us from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we start off with the 10-man tag match. First comes the Rhodes brothers.
Unprecedented.
Yes. Yeah. We haven't seen a 10-man tag on the main event. Ever.
Technically, I think it was 9.5-man tag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Aww.
I think you're right, yeah.
Because he's half man, half bull.
Yes. So Los Matadores come out, and we think, okay, who's gonna be the 5th person? And then next thing, 3MB comes out, and we're like, okay, El Torito is the 5th person. So 3MB comes out, Ryback still comes out. This match, Los Matadores didn't even get tagged in the match. They did a cool like plancha over the ropes onto Heath or onto Drew and Jinder.
Heath was there, should be said.
Yes, yeah.
3MB was back
which
in
is
full
good.
form.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see after the end of this match. I don't know how much full form they're going to be. You know.
Foreshadowing.
Yes. It was Ryback and Cody starting it off. Cody went for a disaster kick. Ryback reversed it into a power bomb. Then everything kind of just started breaking down. It was a lot of Ryback and Cody for the first couple minutes of the match. Ryback ended up clearing house, taking out everyone on the good side. And then Cody went for a disaster kick, hit the disaster kick on Ryback. And then he didn't have anybody to tag because everyone was, taken out. And the only person he did have to tag was El Torito. So he didn't look like he really wanted to at first.
Like, me? Huh?
And he was like, I guess I'll tag you because I guess I have to.
It's like I really wanted to win this match, but
yeah. So he tags in El Torito. El Torito knocks Jinder off the ropes, goes after Heath Slater, who got the tag in from Ryback. Matadors get in the ring, hit the double plancha onto Jinder and Drew. Goldust hit that flying somersault off the apron onto Curtis Axel, who was on the outside of the ring. Cody did his springboard off the top rope on the Ryback. So now it was just Heath and Torito.
Did you say Goldust? How he?
Yeah, he did the somersault.
Yeah.
So it was just Heath and El Torito. Main event for WrestleMania 31 here? You think?
Hey.
Hey, listen to that silence.
They had
that means yes.
They had a pelvic taunt off.
They did. They definitely did.
They put the full thrust behind that taunt.
Yeah, Heath was strumming his guitar. Torito ended up getting a hurricanrana onto Heath
like
Slater.
You called him chorizo.
No, Torito. He got the hurricanrana onto Heath Slater, and he pinned him for the win.
I know they have strict drug testing policies in the WWE, but I submit El Torito is on something.
Yeah.
He conquered
5 guys.
5 guys and beat a full-grown man who's a rock star.
Yeah.
He's a one-man rock band, but chose to have 2 other gentlemen at his side rocking, and he crushed them all. El Torito's on something.
Yeah. I wrote down, I said...
Lace chorizo, as I submit, is what he's on.
Yes. Right. I wrote down that 3MB has reached a new low, if that's even possible. What do you guys think of this match? Such discussion going on here.
It was, like they have things that are like exhibition matches, right? Like slam dunk contests. I'm kind of putting this match in that category where it's just super fun and spectacle and, it doesn't matter because we're all just having fun. And they did have a lot of really great high-flying moments, and it really kicked it up to another level when El Torito got tagged in. And, oh, wow. I couldn't rate it.
Gotcha.
It was super fun. It was fun to watch, and it was ridiculous at the same time.
Yes.
I couldn't rate it.
That's how good it was.
Very political.
What did you give a rating, or what did you think of it, Scott?
Man, if I was 7 years old, this would be amazing. And I'm not. I'm older. I'm a little bit more jaded. I like other stuff, but it's not. In no way was it bad. Like, it wasn't a bad showing from anybody. They did do a lot of cool, neat stuff. I'll forever be confused why bullfighters hang out with a bull they should be fighting. Just logic getting in the way of professional wrestling, which shouldn't happen anyway.
Hey, he was raised by humans. Like, some people are raised by wolves.
I guess, yeah.
I guess so. I hope we never get kidnapped by the Los Matadores.
We're going to be on the hit list now.
I'm bummed. I love 3MB, and this looks like this will be the demise of 3MB, that this was the breaking point.
Out of everything they've been through.
And it's on the lower end of the shows. Like, it's not on a more mainstream thing that'll be happening. I mean, I want the best for all these guys. I'm glad that so many guys get to be featured on Main Event.
Yeah.
So, not my thing. I gave it 48 Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I gave it a 2.5 rating. Gotcha.
Okay.
I gave it a 2.5 rating. I thought the spots with, Goldust doing the somersault, Cody jumping off, doing his springboard off the top rope. I liked all that stuff. I thought the end where it all broke down was good. It was logical of like, okay, these guys are all getting taken out of the match, so now it only leaves Torito and Slater. But, I mean, I like Heath Slater too much for him to be losing to a bull. Like, this is kind of just like,
Half a
it's
bull.
bull to me. And it was bull to Heath Slater because Byron Saxton gets up there and interviews him
That was interesting.
after the match and says, what did you think of just losing to El Torito? I think that's what his question was. I don't even know if he even asked him a question. And Heath Slater said, that's bull. This is a bunch of bull. He's like, I'm way better than this. I'm not answering any more of your questions. Slater has spoken. It's like, I guess that's going to be his new little hashtag, Slater has spoken. I like that part of it, but yeah, I don't. He just looked very upset and
Distraught.
Yeah.
As were we.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it to end that way. I thought that he would, maybe take Torito out of the match and then end with like Cody. Well, and one thing I didn't like was Cody gave Ryback a disaster kick, which is supposed to be his finisher,
Right.
or one of his finishers, and Cody went over to get the tag, and Ryback was able to get the tag in, less than 10 seconds after he hit the disaster kick on him. That should have been the end of the match there. I didn't like that part of like the no selling of that when it's supposed to be the guy's finisher. I get it should have been a different move that he did to knock him down, not his finisher.
Well, was that right after everybody else was knocked off the side of the ring and it was just El Torito?
Yeah.
There's no way you can put El Torito in with Ryback.
Ryback, yeah.
There's no way.
That would have been interesting to see, but yeah, they would have just been too big of a mismatch, I guess. I guess Heath Slater is more matched up well with Torito.
I don't want to
I
see.
can't believe I just said that.
Yeah. It is crazy. I don't want to see every faction and tag team break up right before WrestleMania. We've had tons of funk. We've had millions of dollars. Primetime players breaking up. We've had. I thought we were gonna have Goldust and Cody Rhodes potentially do that. Now we're having 3MB. I mean, it just keeps happening.
Yeah.
Get along, guys.
Exactly. But what do you get? Like now, if you break everybody up, then what do you do with everybody? You got to keep them together. I guess. But what are you gonna take somebody that broke up with another person and put them in the tag team with?
Maybe Tensai will learn the ways of the samurai along with Darren Young. They'll do the tattoos across the face. They'll start learning each other's things.
I don't know. That would be interesting. But after that, we get to a Raw recap. John Cena calls out Bray Wyatt because they cost him his match at Elimination Chamber, just like they did at the Royal Rumble. And basically, it's just a beatdown of Cena. He ends up looking like he tweaks his knee. They ended up carting him off on the stretcher, and they showed him getting into the back of the ambulance. And they said that John Cena refused to get an MRI on his knee. Why? If you're supposedly hurt, why would you refuse to get an MRI?
John Cena doesn't have the type of money to pay for an MRI.
I don't think he does, I guess.
No.
His health insurance hasn't kicked in yet, so.
He's got a high maintenance lady friend.
Yeah.
He's got to make sure he's looking out for that.
Got
Valentine's
that big
Day
house.
just happened.
Yeah.
He's got to wait for that WrestleMania check to clear. He can't go buying MRIs for himself. Being greedy.
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand that.
Do you go to the doctor?
Because there's nothing wrong with his knee. I'll say it.
What are you talking about?
There's nothing wrong with his knee. I'm just sitting
leg?
here being like, okay, I'm gonna go along with. No, there's nothing wrong with his knee.
But still, why would you say that you refuse? let's just say there's nothing wrong with his knee.
The reason why they
We're not going to see him get the MRI.
Well, it's just like he gets the X-ray or whatnot, you know, because they have to go through with it, and then they're like, someone in the hospital is like, oh, nothing's wrong with this. He shouldn't be wearing a knee brace for the next 2 weeks.
But that's when you find someone that just had an MRI that really hurt their knee, and you switch the stuff.
Oh, that's too complicated. That's too involved.
You know what should happen? Josh Matthews should go up to him and just say, hey, man, we need more content for the WWE Network.
Yeah.
So we'll be willing to flip the bill for you getting an MRI. We'll just make a show out of it.
Yeah, we just need to get a lot of subscriptions. So
Yeah. So it's the John Cena MRI show.
Yeah. It just follows him around when he goes to get MRIs.
Yeah.
Could be a 5-minute show each week. That would be interesting. But yeah, I don't get the point of them saying, I get they're saying that John Cena's so tough he doesn't need to get an MRI. He'll be fine. He can heal himself or something. I don't know. But
Like Predator in the trees.
You say that like we don't all do that.
I know when I tweak my knee, I just touch it and it heals. So I guess John Cena can do that too. I don't know.
He just goes to the yellow sun for more power.
Yes, exactly.
It's just a really good way to get him out of the game for a couple of weeks and showcase some other people.
Couple of weeks.
But I don't think he's going to go anywhere, though.
No, he's not going to go anywhere. I mean, he'll still have the mic and,
I think he'll be on TV Friday.
Maybe, I don't know. So then we get into the second match of the night. Eva Marie and Natalya versus Alicia Fox and Aksana. Very short match. Alicia Fox, very impressive in this match to me, I thought.
Yeah, she has some good moves.
Yeah, she did it awesome. Like, it was a head scissor, takedown that she did to Natalya.
Yeah, when she did that suplex, she had like a perfect bridge.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the suplex into the pin.
Wrestling terms. Oh, it's steadily rubbing off.
She hit it was a spinning backbreaker onto Eva. Natalya was trying to get the crowd to do a Eva chant, and I think maybe 6 people did it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It seemed like a lot of people did it, but
yeah, a couple of dudes in the front row that were really loud. Like, yeah, will she look at us? Yeah.
I liked when Alicia went to tag in Aksana, and she was standing on Eva's hair.
That was great.
I like that. That was a good move. A good little thing to keep her in place.
Yeah, like a nice little personality thing. Be like, yeah, stand on that hair.
And then after that, Natalya got the tag. Natalya, hit 2 suplexes, hit her spinning clothesline. She went for the sharpshooter on Aksana. Alicia Fox came in. Eva grabbed her out of the ring.
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah, and then as Natalya was still trying to lock in the sharpshooter, Aksana was able to kick her away, and she ended up running into Eva's hand into her butt on the apron. Eva took a spill to the outside. Natalya turned around, and Aksana hit her awesome spinebuster finisher, which I do like that, for the win. Good win for Aksana Alicia Fox, I think.
Yeah.
They really impressed me. And Natalya always impresses me. I know Eva is new to this. I know she's very new to wrestling, so she's not going to be amazing out of the box.
She could barely hold Alicia Fox's hand while Alicia Fox was doing the flips for her.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
She's very pretty. She's very pretty. She looks great, and as soon as she was walking down the ramp, I was like, "Poison Ivy."
Exactly.
She looks great. And then I was like, "She's not really built." Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, she's not a wrestler."
No, I mean she definitely is training. She's she's getting better. It's not like you can walk into this and be amazing at it, overnight.
True, but they introduced Summer Rae as a valet and a manager as a character first, and then impressed us when she stepped in the ring, which was months down the line.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't do that in reverse with Eva Marie, that she's a character that's just too good to wrestle.
Yep.
She's too beautiful and won't wrestle.
Ooh, that would be interesting. And then that would give her time to train and really, bring out the big guns when it came around.
Yep. And you pair her up with a guy that you want to get, become a heel, and have them just messing with people.
Would look great.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
Ooh.
With their fake hairs.
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Because
Turn Dolph's hair that color? That'd be amazing.
Two fiery redheads.
And or go like that adventurous, we'll do anything angle. It'd be her and Justin Gabriel. Like, she'd look good on just about anybody's arm. And you could, it was just...
10 size?
Yep, she would.
She just looked so good, and I wanted her to be good. And it was just like, dude.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely needs... She's at least training, getting better. I think it is a little too early to be putting her in matches on TV.
Yeah.
So... But I like the idea of her being a valet for someone and being that manager and just, hey, she goes and flirts with Brad Maddox to get this guy a title shot. Like, she uses her, sexuality to get what she wants because that's what she's kind of doing on Total Divas, it seems.
That rarely works in real life, though.
I guess.
Beautiful ladies trying to use their sexuality to get whatever they want.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Oh, is that AJ?
Scott just left.
I was just gonna hand my wallet over for some reason. I don't know why.
But yeah, so what'd you guys give a star rating for this match?
I gave it 11 Lithuania. Yes.
Gotcha. Markeia?
I gave it a 2.75.
Gotcha.
I really liked the Alicia and Aksana part, and I thought it was premature to have her in the ring.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it a 1.5. I said I guess. Yeah. Like, I liked that Alicia Fox and Aksana won. They had some good moves.
I like their moves.
Yes, yeah. And Natalya's good. I love Natalya when she wrestles. I think she's good.
Super strong.
Yes. Just Eva, pick it up. We know you're practicing. We just want to see more out of you, or
I'm surprised on their end. Just protect your investment.
Yeah.
If you feel that she's not ready, or having, like when we went to SmackDown, having a match that didn't air on television in the middle of SmackDown, then hold on to it.
Yeah, like don't
put it out there.
Yeah, like why didn't? I know she probably does train at NXT. I'm guessing she, has to, just because I don't know where else she's going to be training. So you think you would see her more on NXT before, like she can be on Raw with say Natalya's wrestling, she can come down with her to be outside the ring with her. But actually getting in the ring, nah. She needs some more time.
It's jumping a segment, but just in the point of we haven't seen Bad News Barrett wrestle yet.
Exactly.
Wade Barrett wrestle, but we haven't seen Bad News Barrett wrestle, and he's riling people up left and right. We could see the same out of Eva Marie in that same
because
way.
you could book her to be that person where you said she's too good to wrestle, and then you get that face that really, she's messing with a girl, messing with her, and you want to see her get beat. You want to see her in the ring.
Yeah.
She's the perfect person to do that with.
And it's not too late. She could just treat it like wrestling's beneath me. I'm not doing this anymore. And just walk away.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
You're welcome, Triple H.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I would pay to see that. I would pay to see get like a Tamina, have her start messing with Tamina. I would love to see Tamina beat the crap out of her.
Yeah, that actually...
I'd pay for that on pay-per-view.
Yeah, that actually
Even
be
though I'm only paying
fun.
$10 a month. Thank you, WWE Network. I would pay for it on regular pay-per-view. But yeah, okay, so then we get to the Raw. Well, there's 39 days till WrestleMania, guys. 39 days. The countdown is on. I'm excited. You guys excited?
I am.
Yeah.
I might be going.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm definitely not going.
I'm not going. Not going this year. Next year, going. This year, no. So then we get to the Raw Rebound, another Raw Rebound. There's a lot of recaps of Raw tonight because it was a very big Raw on Monday. We see Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman come out. They say he has an open contract to fight anybody he wants at WrestleMania.
Zack Ryder.
Yep. That's who came out, Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder's like, anybody. It's me, bro.
And because they wouldn't put him in the title match, Brock Lesnar, the Authority wouldn't put him in the title match. So they said, he can fight anybody he wants, and he wants to challenge history. That's what he wanted. He wanted to create history. And out comes the biggest match. I feel like every year this is like the biggest match at WrestleMania anymore, the last couple of years.
It's such a special attraction.
Yes. Out comes Kane.
It's now to his style. It's now to who it was Undertaker coming out. And it's in the beginning it was Undertaker's fighting guys at WrestleMania that are just other big men, and that's the attraction. And then years later, it's like, why don't we do really good matches with them? Why don't we pair up guys that he can have excellent matches with?
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Those two matches. Two of the best matches ever.
Yeah.
Even the
CM
ones with
Punk.
Triple H. Yeah, the Punk one last year was awesome. Triple H's The Hell in a Cell was really good. But yeah, so Undertaker comes out. He gives a look at the WrestleMania sign. Doesn't
Should've
say
pointed
anything.
to it. I wasn't sure what was going on. If you'd pointed out, it would have been totally clear.
Brock just, nods yes. Brock signs the contract. He gives him the pen, and the Undertaker stabs him in the hand and signs it with his own blood.
Yeah, Undertaker hates pens. Hates them.
A pen killed his father.
It must have. Yeah. And then Undertaker chokeslammed Brock Lesnar to the table as Paul Heyman looked on screaming, as you pointed out.
I love that. If you can catch Paul Heyman in a shot, like he's just in the right spot and just screaming, no! So good.
So that match is official for WrestleMania. I'm excited for that. Brock, can he beat the streak? Maybe. I don't know.
Very well could.
21 and 1 or 22 and 0. We will see.
Former UFC heavyweight champion right there.
Yes. He's a tough guy. So then we get to, speaking of someone we haven't seen wrestle, Bad News Barrett. I've got some bad news. That's all I can do.
What was that I said?
That was not a good accent at all.
Love that.
I probably offended many people there.
Taking some liberties?
He just said that over the course of the next month, young people will be going to spring break. They will be on drunken rampages, serve jail time, and this will enhance the decline of a once great nation.
Woo, spring break!
So many
And that's
ladies
what
were
people
flashing
said
him during the show.
Yeah. And he said, we will then be renamed the United States of China after that, after the decline, because everyone will be so drunk in jail.
That China will just take over?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So that was his bad news for the week. Kind of, okay for, I don't know. I wanted to make fun of people like wrestling, not more like,
Yeah. Social
spring
issues?
breaks. Yeah, like, that's okay. Like, I wanted to be like, when he came out a couple weeks ago, I think it was on SmackDown, and
They edited that, you know?
Oh, on ours, ours they edited it, yeah.
Yeah.
And for
Oh, yeah?
everybody home, he came out and he said, he did this whole Valentine's rap, and he said, what he said, I tweeted it out, but it was like,
He called
women fat pigs. He said, have a happy Valentine's Day, you fat pigs. And they edited the whole, they did a really wide shot so you couldn't see his mouth moving, and did other audio over top of it. But I don't think this one was edited out because it was kind of just, talking about spring break.
Yeah.
Then we get to another Raw recap. Del Rio versus Batista. Orton comes out and distracts Batista. Del Rio gets the win. Orton says that was the funniest things he's ever seen. And he said, he acknowledges that they're finally acknowledging that the crowd was booing the crap out of Batista. Batista got on the mic. He said, if they cheer me, I cheer them back. If they boo me, I boo them back.
Aww.
And he's going to be the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and everyone else can deal with it.
Oh,
So on SmackDown,
it looks like his feelings got hurt.
maybe a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
So on SmackDown, it's going to be Batista Unchained. So I'm looking forward to this. I don't know where this is going. It'll be interesting to see where it happens.
I just enjoyed the part of the recap where Del Rio, after he pinned him, he just scampers. He's like, "I'll take it."
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, win over Batista. I can put that, add that to the record."
No problem.
Yes.
Well, this brings a question from the chat room that has to do with this.
Yeah,
Okay.
the chat room.
Yes.
Joseph Boza says if, let me see here. If Joseph Boza says, if it's just between Randy Orton and Batista, do you think the fans' hearts will be in it if it's not a triple threat involving Daniel Bryan?
I don't know who wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think they will give us reason to care. I like it already. I'm pro-Tista. I like it. I'm not Bootista. I'm pro-Tista.
Wow.
I think he's great. I think he just needs to be an animal and destroy. And when they don't do that, when we saw it at Raw, when he just came out and puts Del Rio through a table and demolishes him, people love it because that's the Batista they remember. And that's the Batista they want to see.
Yeah.
That's who the Batista we're seeing in movies is that he's just a force.
Yeah.
So I think they'll give us reason to care. I think Flair will get involved. I think Triple H will get involved. I think there'll be evolution elements, and they will start to make this match really, really matter.
Gotcha. What do you think, Markeia?
Well, I don't have that much experience with Batista, obviously. Way more experience with Randy Orton. That sentence just came out of my mouth.
If Gabby said it, it would mean something totally different.
And I'm over the Orton thing. I guess I'm anti-Orton. So I guess that makes me Protista.
Hashtag Protista.
Yeah,
Protista.
get that going out there, people.
Well, the
like
thing
that.
of it is that I kind of get where CM Punk was coming from it. And yeah, there's the, in this hand, boo-hoo, there's other wrestlers. On this hand, you've got a freaking point, dude. I mean, there's all of these other wrestlers, and then this guy comes back, and how long has he been gone?
4 years.
4 years? That's a lot of wrestling. I've only been watching wrestling with you guys since November?
Yeah,
September, November, and every week. And that's just one show out of all the wrestling. 4 years of that. And all of a sudden he can come back and just, it's all hunky-dory and he's just going to smash people left and right. I can't get on board with it. I mean, I can't. It's not in me to.
She just turned from a Protista to a Bootista.
Yeah, but I'm still anti.
And she did it herself.
I'm anti-Orton though, so it's like.
But he didn't have to come back.
No, and
He didn't have to come back. He's in a Marvel movie for crying out loud. He chose to come back.
I did.
So.
He did tweet that out. I think it was today or yesterday. I saw he was like, I didn't.
He wasn't forced.
Yeah,
no one said
no.
We need you.
Yeah, I think they came to him like, hey, do you want to come back? I'm sure he was like, yeah, sure. Get paid a lot of money. I got to promote this movie. It's definitely gonna help with the movie.
I don't think he has to promote that movie.
No, I don't think he has to at all. But I think it'll add. I'm sure Marvel or whoever like, hey, that'd be good if you were there. You'd be there every week. You could. They're definitely gonna have so many spots, TV spots, and they can have the cast on there. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. But I am a Bootista over here on this side of the table. I like Batista from before, but I don't like the storyline. Like I said, they need to make me care because right now I don't. I'm on the point of like I'm only gonna care if Daniel Bryan gets in that match. Then I will care about that match. I want to see Daniel Bryan get in that match. I know on Raw they tried to they definitely are selling us on Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania, which I think will be an amazing match. I'm not saying that's not going to be a good match, but let's see that maybe in a couple of months after that, or let's see Daniel Bryan win and Triple H. I'd like to see Daniel Bryan win at WrestleMania. And maybe at Extreme Rules, we have Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Because Triple H says, okay, Orton couldn't get it done. Batista couldn't get it done. Well, I'm going to be the one that gets it done. Like, you got the belt, but you got to go through me now to, prove that, you can hang and you can be an A+ player like they say he is. Like, he's not on Triple H's level. But yeah, they need to make me care. Him saying that for me to just deal with it. If he goes the heel route, I don't know if I'm really gonna care still more, but I will like him better than being like everybody loves me, but everyone boos me. That doesn't work. It doesn't work in this day and age of wrestling to be so like act like the crowd is not booing you and just go along with it. You can't ignore the crowd anymore. There's too much of a voice in the crowd. So. That's how I look at it. Like they can ignore it to a point, but they can't ignore it that much and just totally disregard what the fans want, because the fans are the ones that are paying to see
$10 a month
to see your product. Exactly. So.
How you doing over there?
I'm good. No, I'm saying it's no longer like $55 a month.
Yes.
It's dropped down to $10 a month.
Yeah.
Your voice got quieter. Like everyone's voices got quieter. It's like, hey, we're speaking with a Hamilton.
So then we get to
Nice.
And Aaron Paul will be on Raw this week. I hope he calls someone bitch. That'd be funny. He better at least call somebody that. Then we get to the JBL interview. There's a lot of backstage interviews, or just like There's a lot of stuff going on in this main event tonight. It was packed full. So JBL gets interviewed by Michael Cole, no Triple H this week, about NXT Arrival, which is tomorrow night. It's kind of like their first NXT pay-per-view. It's Cesaro versus Sami Zayn in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which their first match of like that was amazing. It's Neville versus Bo Dallas in a ladder match. That should be good. And it's Emma versus Paige for the women's championship.
Wow.
So I don't know if they're adding any more matches. And then the panel.
I hope Kevin Nash gets involved.
Yeah, I know he may powerbomb somebody. I don't know. He may text himself and powerbomb someone. Yeah, Kevin Nash is on the panel.
Hair flips.
Yeah, Paul Heyman and Bret Hart.
Which is an amazing panel.
It is. Yeah. Why don't we have that for pay-per-view?
Right?
I mean, the Royal Rumble one was good. The last one was pretty good too.
But such three fascinating, different minds.
Yeah. And then, JBL just basically said there's tons of great talent coming out of NXT. The future's definitely bright in that aspect for WWE and the WWE universe.
It's great for the network that this is more accessible now.
Yeah.
That this will be a more featured show. Like, I know it's on Hulu Plus, but I rarely ever tune into that. And if it's not on television, like, I don't regularly watch it. But if this is in the network, just something that's alongside Raw and SmackDown, and it's just easier to get, I'll watch it more.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if it's an hour or 2 hours. I'm not exactly sure how long it is. But I think, I don't know, anything with the NXT show is very good. So I think this is going to be, along the lines of any NXT show you watch every week with, higher profile matches.
Yeah.
So
hungry competitors.
Exactly. And then, I mean, because this is like, NXT is where they need to prove themselves to management and everybody else. And then they got to prove themselves when they get to the main roster too. But this is the starting ground. So then we get to primetime players. Not in a tag team match, though. Rematch from Elimination Chamber, where Titus O'Neil got the win. So it was Titus versus Darren. It was basically Titus just beating the crap out of Darren in this match. Darren didn't get much offense in.
Yeah, it was beat downtown on Darren.
Yeah. Titus hit... Darren was on the top rope, and Darren
hit
hit
the street to be on.
Yes, Darren was on the top rope. Titus hit a big boot to the face. He knocked him off the top rope.
He started bleeding.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, which I feel like he always bleeds anymore in his matches. Titus just was tossing him around the ring. He tossed him one time. He did a Barry Horowitz slap on the back to himself. Yeah. And then Titus went for that. It's kind of a flip him over like a
fall away slam, but he doesn't fall.
Yeah, he went to do that. Darren Young ended up catching on, rolling down his back, rolling him up for the win. So, good win for Darren Young here. I wish he would have had a little more offense in the match.
Against that?
He had more offense in the match on Sunday.
Yeah,
so.
well, I guess he got that beat out of him.
Yeah, I guess. What'd you guys think?
I think, who knows how to hurt you better than your best friend?
I guess, yeah.
And that's what happened in this match. I liked that Darren ended up winning it, even because it just got to the point where I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna check my phone now because I just don't want to see Titus continuously beat down his former best friend.
Gotcha.
Probably his only friend. Kind of liked Titus's aura with things possible heel personality there, but he was just too campy with things with the oof oof. Was that wasn't? He's like, oof,
That's it.
100%.
Yep.
It's like, no,
Arf,
go.
arf. That's what he does.
Yeah, go think supervillain, not Seal, not the singer. You know what I mean?
Well, it's his old football thing, right?
It's a fraternity thing that he used to do. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure the name of the fraternity.
You were in the same fraternity, right, Tom?
No, I was not.
Do the chant. Do the chant.
I'm not good at it. No.
Arf, arf. Well, in any case, it's cool to be, proud of your roots and everything and the frat house and stuff, but come on, supervillains aren't from frats.
Doesn't Lex Luthor bark? I thought he does. I thought he barks at Superman.
Oh.
No, I'm good.
No, not at all. I gave it a 1.75.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like these guys. I liked what they did at the Chamber, but like we talked about at the recap for AfterBuzz, the Elimination Chamber, watch it and listen to it, is they keep falling in a bad spot. At the Chamber, there's so many other high-stakes matchups that theirs is an afterthought.
Yeah.
That there's just too much going on. And the same thing in this, that it just doesn't get the proper time, doesn't get the proper amount of spotlight on it. This should be the main event of Main Event.
This should have been the first match, I think. Because
with their backward structure,
with how they do it, yes.
But it's a high profile match, and these guys should have time to go.
Yeah.
And how we talked about, it'd be neat to see a best of 7 series that if they know each other so well and they can one up each other like this, let's see it played out on all the shows. Let's see Raw, SmackDown, Main Event.
Yeah, leading up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We have 5 or 6 more weeks. I mean, have it, one of them. Yeah, like you said. I mean, I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be fun.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and maybe the winner gets a shot at the U.S. title or Intercontinental, whoever has it.
Put something on the line.
Yeah, maybe the other guy hooks up with Tons of Funk, like one half of them. Who knows?
So I gave it $500,000.
Gotcha. Yeah, I gave it 3.0. I would have liked to have seen at least a little more offense from Darren. I mean, I get it. The roll-up win was out of nowhere, but at least a little more offense to show that he is, fighting back a little more. Then we get to the final match of the night. Sin Cara versus Damien Sandow. Sandow just starts off attacking Sin Cara. I really thought the match was going to end right there. I thought he was going to get disqualified. And I thought it was just going to be him beating him down, and it was going to kind of end the show. But it didn't end there. He did not get disqualified. But the commentators are talking about Damien Sandow, how he's been different lately, and that he's continuing to. According to Sandow, he's continuing to evolve since losing the Money in the Bank contract.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were listening to the commentators.
I was listening to them this week. I miss the Miz and everybody else, but I think Byron and Tom are the ones going forward. This is the future of WWE. I just want them to be a little more enthusiastic. Come on, guys, pick it up a little. You're calling matches. The Undertaker came back. Brock Lesnar was there on Raw.
Yeah.
This is exciting stuff. Your 8-year-old selves would be slapping you.
Yes.
Get excited.
But Sin Cara then, got on the offense, hit the moonsault off top rope, hit the handspring elbow onto Sandow. Sin Cara, very impressive. He went for the roll-up, kind of only got one, and then almost with one arm, picked Sandow off the mat and powerbombed him.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that. And then Sandow ended up going for I think he calls it the Red Arrow, that submission move.
Is that what it is?
It was. They had a name for it a couple months ago. I can't remember exactly what it was called.
Well, we should check with our resident expert of naming moves.
Yeah. What would you call that move? That submission move he did.
I'm not remembering the move right now. I remember the elbow of disdain. I remember that one.
It's kind of a sharpshooter. He's got the legs, and he turns them and has them sort of inverted, so his legs are like this, kind of crossed, and then he's pulling them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
cross crusher.
Gotcha. He put the cross crusher on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sin Cara was able to get out of it. He must not have had it locked tight enough. And then Sin Cara, I don't know, I forget, he did some other move to him after that, but Sin Cara went up to the top rope, hit the swanton to get the win, and I wrote, and Sandow's hit a new low? I don't know now. I was kind of I was really hoping Sandow would pull the win out on this match. But Sin Cara, I guess, has been pretty hot lately, so he's got that nice new tattoo on his arm, so it's giving him superpowers to just be able to pick someone up with one arm, powerbomb him.
Probably wouldn't go for an MRI either if he got hurt.
No, definitely wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. We don't need a Sin Cara that gets hurt again.
Gee, he also has yellow sun lighting that gives him strength.
He does. It's kind of the whole match.
Mexican Superman.
Never seen him wear green, which is the color of kryptonite.
Never had a barking Lex Luthor near him.
I don't know. What you guys think of the final match of the night?
Well, when Sandow first came out and he was just, I was like, oh my God, who's spitting Sandow's milk? Because it was just, it was like he was hot. Like, dude, calm down. And then I guess I kind of got it where his strategy would be like, okay, so what do you do with Sin Cara? When Sin Cara gets on those ropes, he's high flying, he's energetic, you can't catch him. So, okay, keep him grounded and battered.
Yep.
I get that. But it just seems like that would take so much energy to try to keep him enclosed and small and not being able to, fly.
He says that when he jumps on the top rope. We just can't hear it on TV. The mics don't pick it up.
Yeah.
I fly. Oh my
Which is bad. It's telegraphing.
Oh my God.
It's telegraphing. It's no good.
Yeah, you shouldn't let him know that.
Oh, I'm just gonna hear that little voice every time I see him now. Because and keeping in mind, Sin Cara is pretty awesome. He's wrestling in a luchador mask. His vision is this much. This is what he sees, and he's still climbing up on the ropes and doing that really cool, rebound from the ropes into my elbow, all those moves.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It looked like Sandow was going to take the match, and then, like, Sin Cara, I guess, popped open a can of spinach when we weren't looking or something. Like, he got his Wheaties in, and I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying Sin Cara. I'm enjoying that. I want to see more Sin Cara, too. So, 3.25.
Gotcha.
And that swan dive
Swanton?
Yeah, was it?
Swanton.
Swanton?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. No fear.
No.
And he wasn't hurt.
No MRIs for Sin Cara. No MRIs.
No
He doesn't need
MRIs.
them
He
ever.
wouldn't take it. No.
What do you think,
He
Scott?
could, his eyes have an X-ray on there, or he can just check his body parts and he's good.
Oh, man.
I enjoyed the match. I'm always okay with the progression of something with a character. Like if Sandow's on a losing streak, if Sandow keeps getting more barbaric and more frustrated, that it pays off somewhere, that it's not just forgotten and they don't do anything with it. So as long as there is an eventual payoff to this, like, okay, I don't mind seeing somebody lose or something like that. So I thought it was good. I'll still never understand the structure of the show. This wasn't the main event of the show, and this is what closes it out. I mean, for the typical viewer that would watch it, it should be the match that grabs you or makes you think, like, I can't miss next week. And
Yeah,
this had some
or I gotta watch
moments.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, leave me to SmackDown.
Yeah, and it has some moments. It has some great Sin Cara moments, but
Yeah.
I feel like what would Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, like, that's the continuation of something.
Yeah.
This is just a one-time match, and that's it. So it was good. I gave it 12 sets of mood lighting.
Gotcha. I thought it was the best match of the night. I liked Sandow being in there. I was really hoping he'd get the win. Didn't happen, but Sin Cara is very impressive. The new Sin Cara, or Hunico. He's he's a lot better than the last guy. I want to see something happen with Sandow. I mean, I know it's WrestleMania season, and we were talking in the screen room. This is when a lot of people get shuffled around and lost, and there's only so many spots on the card that can make it. And unless they do some kind of battle royal or something, you don't really see them. And if we do, it's for not that long. But he had that Money in the Bank. He cashed it in and lost. I thought they were gonna do something with that then, but
You miss Sandow.
I do. We never see him anymore. This is the first time we've seen him in.
It's been a while.
It's been a couple weeks. I mean,
been a
even on the
bit.
regular shows like Raw and SmackDown, we haven't really seen him.
Yeah.
I just think he deserves better. I think he's amazing on the mic. He can wrestle. He has that, he has the attitude that they always, I feel like we always need the guys with attitude that aren't just kind of bland. And he definitely has that edge to him, and he definitely shows that vicious side when it needs to be done, which we've seen when he cashed in the Money in the Bank with attacking John Cena and everything. I just want to see more for Sandow.
We've had so many groups been splitting up lately. I mean, well, how about a guy that starts a faction up, have some pupils, some students that he takes under his wing.
Like a
Mentor.
Mr. Ziggler and, all those guys that I feel like they have not been getting, due respect for what they've been doing.
Some NXT guys.
Yeah.
Some guys that want to learn from the learning tree.
Yes. I think it'd be cool. I think that would be really good. Because, if the Shield's breaking up, we're going to be left with the Wyatts, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So,
And they'll
Wyatts
be
and
together
Usos.
forever.
Yes.
Because they're Southern.
Yes.
They do that.
So
Families.
And we got to get groceries for
Oh, what was
Yeah.
your rating?
I give a 3.5. 3.5 for that match. But, so that does it for this week here at AfterBuzz TV for Main Event. Where can they find you guys?
They can find me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks. You can search for it on iTunes, listen to it on comedypodcastnetwork.com. And this week, we're talking to guys from Progress Wrestling in the UK,
Awesome.
which is an amazing show, and those guys have some great stories and conspiracy theories you've got to hear.
I'm tuning in for that now. Conspiracy theories.
Yes, and you guys can find me on Twitter at Markeia McCarty. And if you like live improv comedy, this Tuesday I'll be performing with my group Big Yellow Taxi at the Complex, which is in Hollywood.
Awesome. And you can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. And you can see me right after here for the Tomorrow People. And Tuesday nights, Supernatural is back too. So hopefully Gabby will be back soon. Hopefully we'll have to, maybe Scott will go rescue her. I don't know.
Jeez.
Once he gets that grocery list together. But tweet out the Gabby because maybe she'll tweet you back at Save Gabby. So.
Yeah, well, they let you keep your phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Great Wi-Fi.
It was good. I had to pay $10 for mine.
Man.
I know. I know.
They got network off you. Oh, I thought they bought the network with it instead he bought beer.
No. All right, so we will see you guys next week.
From executive producers Markeia McCarty, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.